Hello, hello, my magical friends. It appears that I am live. I found some fun leaves that will be floating by. I gotta say, the filters from Facebook are a lot of fun. Of course, our regular must come in and shake their collars around, right? I live dangerously on these lives. I leave the door open, so the whole pack comes in and out. So we'll see what they contribute today. Thank you for joining me, my magical friends. And for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Andi Harper, facilitator of all things animal. I am a chiropractor. I'm an animal chiropractor. I do all kinds of things, and I love, love, love having the weirdest conversations possible. All kind of based in the tools and processes from Access Consciousness. So we travel down the road of consciousness here on these Tuesday live chats, otherwise known as TLC. Do you like the leaves, Keisha? Aren't they fun? I'm like, oh, a little fall-ish, a little Thanksgiving-ish. And that brings us to the topic of the day, gratitude as a superpower. Now, I think we've actually done this before, or I've mentioned gratitude a lot, and it is the season of gratitude. If you've noticed it all, Thanksgiving is coming up in a couple weeks. But we are going to revisit this, because can we actually have too much gratitude in our lives for ourselves, for what we are creating for the planet, etc., etc. Hang on one second. Samuel, what's up? Well, then come up here if you want to say hi. Okay, you know. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's having quite the conversation down at my feet. My boy kitty, Sam. Okay, so gratitude is a superpower. What are you grateful for? And are you grateful for yourself? So if you happen to catch my positive podcast on Friday, the world, Dr. Andi's World, had a guest, Venus Castleberg, and she talked about gratitude and being you. And she had a tip, a tool, an exercise to help you build that muscle of gratitude for you in what you be. Because what if you being you is all that is ever required? Keisha says, hi, Sam. Really, when we go to that, what we perceive as simple and not very dramatic and not very significant and not very big per se, but when we go to what if being you is all that's ever required, how do you even start that, right? Like, what do you even mean, Dr. Andi? What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. I'm grateful for my family. It's Thanksgiving. I'll eat some turkey. It'll be great. You know, we'll do the usual. You know, Sam's contribution. Cat Butt USA just flipped the camera. Where was I going? Thank you, Sam. Did you want to go somewhere else with that, or just thought you'd make sure everybody knew you were here? Okay, here's the kitty. Oh, he's purring. You want to say hi? Oh, there's a Samuel. Look at you. Look how handsome. Okay. Hi, Christine. Okay, gratitude. Gratitude for you. Oh, yes. Venus Castleberg, Dr. Andi's World podcast. So if you didn't catch last week's, head over to ICN, head over to your favorite platform. His eyes did match the leaves, yep. Head over to your favorite podcast platform, Google Dr. Andi's and Dr. Andi's World, and that show will show up. And her tool, her tip, what Venus was talking about is, what if every single day you chose 3 things that you were grateful for about you. Not your car, not your clothes, but you being you. What capacities do you have that you're grateful for? What things you would like to change that you can still be grateful for? And what if you build that muscle of gratitude also builds that muscle of you being you? And we talked about on the show how that's not anything that's taught in school, you being you. What do you contribute? And that was one of the big things that really lit me up when I found Access about a decade ago. And it was really the first talk or intro I got to go to. The facilitator asked, what do you know? And I was, I don't know, not even 30 yet. And I graduated chiropractic school when I was 26. So when the hell did that start? I went to school at 4, preschool, so 22 years of school. And not one person ever just asked, what do you know? They always asked what was the right answer that you read in that textbook or you heard in that lecture, but they never asked what you knew. And so what if you knowing you being you being in gratitude for that can change everything? And what if you bring that into the holidays? I am not a really big holiday fan, despite my love of Halloween, because I enjoy the fact that that is an optional holiday. You can join in if you want, you can skip it if you want. There's no projections, expectations, and obligations. Now, the holiday season we are sliding into, that seems to change quite a bit, right? And so I wanted to have a little different conversation about it. And that exercise, that three things you are grateful for about yourself every day. What if you started today and carried that throughout the holidays? And what if that changed the holidays for you? Yes, what if it created more choice with holidays? And I was looking at this actually before I went live. I'm like, okay, even as a little girl, what I saw as the holidays was the biggest incongruency ever. I happened to live outside of Chicago. We got together with both my dad's family and my mom's family. It was a big deal. There was lots of kids. There were lots of grandchildren. It was all of this, what I perceived the energy as, hello Kim, a big pretense. Because behind the scenes, all I heard my mother do was complain about the whole thing. Everything. She complains about everything. So as I grew up, that kind of changed that point of view. But she complained about it so much. And then you see my grandparents arguing in the kitchen. And yet we're all supposed to be out there being thankful. And I just, even as a little kid, I'm like, what are we supposed to do with all this energy coming at you? Energy. Because I had no words for this. I just, okay, this is what we do. And now, before I was coming live, I'm like, okay, so what if we actually took a look at, for ourselves, we do the holidays for what reason? Like, we celebrate this day because it's in all of our, like Thanksgiving, we celebrate this day because it's in the textbooks, and we all had like little mini Thanksgiving dinners in school and made little pilgrim hats, and that's just the day that we all do this for. But why? Not that that's a great question, but why? And I just think it's interesting that we do things because we do things. And all that choice goes away. Okay, I'm not telling you to boycott the holidays and tell your family, I'm not coming because blah, blah, blah. That's not it. What if getting into gratitude for all of it creates more ease for you? So what if we really acknowledge, I go to this because it's expected that I do this? And what if that's okay? So again, we're back to resistance and reaction or alignment and agreement. But what if we turn off the autopilot of the holidays? What if we turn off the autopilot of Thanksgiving, right? How many of us go around the dinner table and what are we thankful for? We're thankful for our family. We're thankful we're all here. We're thankful we're all healthy. And again, it doesn't match the energy, because if we were actually allowed, would anybody actually choose to do the holidays? I don't know. I don't know what your family's like. What the energy I grew up with is maybe very different from what you grew up with, but we don't ever look at it. We don't ever look at being us. We don't ever look at, how much autopilot. I think it comes down to autopilot. Like, we do the holidays on autopilot. We buy gifts because we're supposed to, and I better have something for this person because. It's that incongruency and that autopilot that I have been looking at for many years. And I always called myself a Scrooge about it, and I probably still am. And maybe I need my hopes and dreams bar run a lot more so people would actually acknowledge what's true for them. And then, if we're going to get together for Thanksgiving, do we have to eat turkey? Oh, that's because that's what they did. Well, that's the story anyway, right? And again, I'm not saying, run off and tell your family, I'm not doing this because I'm not ever gonna do autopilot, it's not go into resistance and reaction. It's not to go into alignment and agreement. It's to really just take a look at, why do we choose the things we choose, but we're not actually choosing it because it's all autopilot. So Keisha says, I was always like, wait, why isn't it important when we do these dinners any other time of the year? Right? The spread was just bigger on T-Day and C-Day. Yeah, Turkey Day and Christmas. I really enjoyed the food growing up. I mean, of all the complaining and whining and we have to and all of that, the food was really good. And now, not so much. So I'm like, all right, what else can I look forward to? Or what else can I be grateful for? Because we get together with the same family members we see all the time. We have the same conversations, we just happen to have a turkey. Okay, really? Do we have to? That's not a great question. You don't have to use it. But it's just, and what's going to create the most? Me being whiny and snotty and I don't want to do this, or okay, what can I be grateful for here? How can I be grateful for me? How can I be grateful for this meal? How can we change the conversation? So Amber said, I was the same as Keisha. I always asked Mom and Dad what was so important about this day, and why can't we do it all the time, right? Why do we have to have special occasions? That's awesome, Amber. Thank you. We never invited strangers either. Now, I think there was one year we had, a few years ago, 18 people and 4 of them were family. That was actually so much fun because that mixed it up. That was really having a meal and enjoying that company because it was more choice on who you got to have dinner with, right? I mean, Sarah's she's always a stranger. Sarah's not a stranger anymore, but yes, Sarah comes often. But hey, if you actually get invited, that's pretty cool, right? Hey, we're actually consciously choosing to have a meal with you. Family, again, it's that autopilot of we better get together and do this, because if we don't do this and we don't do it like Grandma did it, then we were doing something wrong or something along those lines. You have to look at it for you and yourself and those 3 things every day. what are you grateful for about yourself? And what different energy can then show up at these holiday meals, at these holidays? What can you be different that changes everything for them too? She says that would be so fun. Like during some of my college phase, we had the orphan turkey day dinners. Yeah, like what if to mix up something you invited someone to come along? No, what energy can you be just for you, just for fun, that changes everything for everyone? Doesn't mean you have to say or do anything. What if you just be different? And what if you acknowledging maybe some of that sticky energy that's been stuck there for a long time changes everything for the rest of this holiday season and beyond? I have done a lot of work in pod pocking around the holidays. And I still quote unquote complain about them. I complain about them. And I probably enjoy them more now than ever before because I have changed some of the quote unquote rules that work better for me. But it was not all at once, and it wasn't at the expense of anybody else. And it's been a morphing. Because as I left one family and joined another, how much did my in-laws expect me to be like the last wife? A lot. I'm nothing like that. They still don't really know what to do with me. I kind of enjoy that. And if anybody out there knows my in-laws, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And how can I be grateful for them this year? How can I be in even more gratitude for myself and for them and the holidays than I've ever been before? See these questions? Changing the energy. That's it. That's it. Nothing has to be a big deal, which I think was probably the biggest change for me. Was I was in so much resistance and reaction, and I hated the holidays. I hated them. I hated them. I hated them. I hated them. I hated how incongruent they were when I was little. I didn't have the words or the questions to ask then. I grew up with it messy, and it really wasn't until I applied some of these questions and the tools from Access that it really started to unwind. Now, am I running around with mistletoe in my head singing Christmas carols? No. But do I have a lot more ease because I've acknowledged, okay, I acknowledged how incongruent it was at my childhood. Like, I didn't know what to do with that. But that doesn't have to translate into I hate holidays forever. You can change things. You can change your point of view. And if you happen to have that family that you absolutely adore and they're grateful for you and they're supportive of you and all of that, how lucky did you get? And how much more can you enjoy that this holiday season? We always seem to go to how hard it is, how stressful it is, everything that's expected of you. But there are families out there that truly enjoy each other, and if you're part of that, how lucky did you get? And how much more of that can you enjoy? And 3 things every day. What are you grateful for about yourself? Start it. Start building muscles. Start being so grateful for your capacities, and I'm gonna say it, your assholeness, right? Like, we are not all perfect. We have these fabulous capacities, and we have things that aren't so great. Cool. How much can you enjoy them and be grateful for them too? And what does that start looking like for you? When you are grateful for you in any which way, in every which way. And then, how much gratitude can you have for your family and how they be? And what if you being grateful changes something? I don't know. And that's probably one of my favorite things about consciousness, asking questions, seeing what shows up, what else is possible. All this stuff I'm always talking about is, look at that. that changed. Okay, cool. Like, because it's fun for me. And that is my choice, and that is why I'm on this journey of consciousness, is for me. Just for fun, just for me. Don't tell anyone. You don't have to go around telling anybody that you are being grateful for your ability to speak Spanish. I don't know, whatever it happens to be for you. You don't have to go around going, hey, I've been doing this exercise every day so I could have fun at this dinner. You might not want to point it all out to them. Only if it will create more. So, gratitude as a superpower. How can you use it to your advantage to make these holidays in 2020 the most fun, most magical, and most contributory ever, even though it's 2020? And how aware are you that your friends and family are a bit more stressed out this holiday season for any numerous reasons, including, can we even get together for the holidays because, there's that COVID and they might keep us at home. How can you reach out to those people that is going to be very stressful for, and how can you contribute to that? How can you be grateful that you can contribute to them in this fashion in this holiday season? So you could keep using gratitude or not, just a choice. But, what fun new ways can you be grateful for XYZ? And the reason we talk about gratitude in consciousness, access consciousness, is with gratitude, there is no judgment. If you are being grateful, you are grateful, you are not in judgment. They cannot coexist. You cannot be grateful and in judgment. Whereas love is generally full of judgment, because there are so many different definitions of what love is. Gratitude is just gratitude, And how much more gratitude do we require, and our planet requires right now? And how can we contribute in our small little ways that aren't that small? And what if gratitude is so beyond Thanksgiving and being thankful? I meant to actually look up thankful, like Thanksgiving, and gratitude, and see what the definitions were like. So in your spare time, look those up, see if they differ, and see which one is actually more expansive for you. And again, try this stuff out. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Because what do you know? At the end of anything I'm talking about, what do you know? And what's going to work for you? And how's it going to work for you? And if it doesn't work for you, throw it out. Try the next thing. Okay, what do we got coming up? What it is November 10th, 2020. So, right? 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so the 13th, this week on Dr. Andy's World Positive Podcast, I have a guest, Rudrani Devi, right? Yes. And we were talking about, what was the name of that one? Oh, yes, more holidays. How to be happy, stay happy during the holidays, DAZE. We keep talking about being happy and having fun and being grateful. It's rough. It's rough around here. Nobody wants any of that stuff. It's so much easier to live in your poop pile of drama, and significance. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can stay there if you'd like. Or you can come over to the dark side and have some fun. Be grateful. Be happy. So Rudrani... Rudrani is going to be on my show on Friday. We talk about getting happy and staying happy during the holidays. She has an amazing story. You have to come and listen. I just adore her. She's so stinking cute. And that is this Friday. It is Friday the 13th, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Inspired Choices Network. And then after that, it goes out to the World Wide Web on all your favorite podcast platforms. You can find it there. November's masterclass. We always do one like freebie of the month, and we're going to talk about money. Because, well, we can. Having money and fun this holiday season. Again, Andy, more fun? I don't know. I just don't know if I'm up for fun. So with that title, having money and fun this holiday season, I don't think anybody's going to choose to join me. But we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about tools of access. We're going to talk about having money this holiday season, and how can you have even more money? And what would it take to create all of that? And that is this November 24th, the Tuesday before Turkey Day at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We are working on getting that landing page up and running with the link. You do have to register. It's free, but you do have to register so we can send you the link, because we don't just send that recording out willy-nilly. We kind of keep that closer to the vest, and really we're inviting those that really would like to make some changes and really get there live and really, you know, bring their questions, have conversations. I would love for that to be a lot more interactive. Okay, so again, that is Tuesday the 24th, 7 p.m. Invite your friends, send them the link, get them on there. Show them just how weird I am. That would be awesome, and how weird they can be. Because, okay, it's still quite a bit of fun, a lot more fun being weird. Okay, Keisha came through because, you know, she's my girl. Gratitude, she says mid-15th century goodwill from Middle French. Gratitude, or directly from medieval Latin, gratitudinium? Thankfulness, and thankful, pleasing. Okay. And then thankful is Old English, satisfied, grateful. Okay, so thoughtful, ingenious, clever. See, thank plus full. Okay. So, not much difference. How cool is that? So, 3 things. Hey, cool. It's always fun to look up words. So thank you, Keisha. So, how thankful can you be this holiday season? How grateful can you be this holiday season? Let's start, number 1, with yourself. You being you. You being you. And building that muscle. And then what else can you be grateful for? And how can that all change the world? Oh yeah, we don't know what it's going to change. So, being in the question, how's it get even better? Okay, anything up for anybody else? Any other questions, comments, anything? Anything you'd like me to talk about coming up in the next few weeks? Anything that is popping around the holidays that you'd like to do a little deeper dive into? I'm here. Would love to hear from you. Amber says, me, I am thankful for me being the gift that I am. Every morning, I am grateful for the gift that I am. And then come up with other things. Take a look at it. Acknowledge it. Because what you acknowledge will grow. If you acknowledge it, gratitude will grow. And it's so much easier to be grateful for all the things that are supposedly wrong and bad and don't work. Because you can be grateful for those things too. Because from out of those things, awareness grows, you grow, you choose differently. Like, it doesn't just suck to suck. What is the information? What is the awareness? What is the acknowledgement that you get from it? And what if gratitude's also the path to that? You are welcome, Keisha. Thank you for looking up those words for us really quick. I appreciate that so much. So grateful for you. So grateful for Keisha. So grateful. Amber, Sarah, Kim, thank you. And until next week, how much fun can you have in general and with your animals? Mwah! Bye-bye, my magical friends.